get this party started. Ride for ruin in the world's ending.
Hey, traders. Welcome to the stream. A little early because we've had some price action going into the close. The weekly candle close, the daily candle close in 45 minutes. And 16,200 being tested again on Bitcoin. What is that level? It's kind of a joke, but it's there. And since it's there, it's my job to tell you that it exists. November of 2020, here it is. That one time, man. That one time. Yeah, November 26th, 2020. So once that breaks, you think some really bad stuff could happen. The price action has been kind of miserable, for 10 days now. You had a selling climax, automatic rally kind of. But look at the lower highs, just distribution going on, and now we got some definite news-driven catalyst today with the sell-off where the hacker, the FTX hacker, scam, bankrupt, fraud himself, most likely, selling his Ethereum, switching it for a wrapped Bitcoin or something like that. I don't know. Scammers going to do what scammers do, and that is accelerated selling for a lot of cryptos, where algo's down 14%, man. Band's down 11%. Doge down 11%. Crow down 10%. Let's go to Ethereum since it kind of is the star of the show. at least according to the stream title and the thumbnail, where it is getting hit a lot harder than Bitcoin, and makes the most sense on what's going on with it. It's incredible, man. It really is. That is just not a joke right there. I don't know how you could just sit there and ignore it. If you saw the stream Friday, it's just kind of like, of course it could break upward. Yeah, anytime that's possible. But my God, if we're just identifying the psychology of buyers and sellers at a key inflection point, it's just rejection, over and over and over, and then the plunge, right? So that's where you are, and that makes plenty of sense, right? Because that is such an important level of inflection from history. It's not even a joke. It goes all the way back to 2018. Look what I mean. That was the dead cat bounce, bro. I mean, you were spending days and days just regarding it as resistance, nonstop, and it's like, that's so bearish. Even if it broke upward, it's stupidly bearish, and look how far off you are from that level now. After just testing it last night, you're down 7% from there, and that's pretty much what Ethereum's down today. And guess what? $980, pretty much your next target, for real. Not because of feelings, just look at the price action, look at the charts, man, look at the inflection points. That's most likely where you're headed. And if not, then 1,010 for the 886 that we never touched. Remember, it's like I've got to sneeze and I can't sneeze, but if we hit 1,018, I'll be able to sneeze. So bearish engulfing candle in the midst of being painted, to be completed in 42 minutes. Very bearish. Very bearish. Can y'all hear me? Make sure the stream's going, okay? Got to make sure everything's good there before I really start going. Ruin stream, you know? Can y'all not hear the music? I don't know what happened. What are y'all talking about? Okay. We're good. Well, music being a little quiet is good. That's the way it should be. It shouldn't be loud. It should be like, hey man, I'm not really into the music, but I can tolerate it because it's so effing quiet. I need to hear this analysis. That's the decibel levels music being at should be, I think. Anyway, so well, you're doomed, man. I mean, in a lot of ways, in this crypto market for the short term. What's gonna happen? Hey, guess what? Parent company of Grayscale, they couldn't raise the $1 billion this weekend, could they? Well, the deadline was tomorrow. It's tomorrow. I mean, what are they going to do, man? They don't have the money. What does that mean? I've been trying to find out all weekend. I can't find out what happens when they don't raise the money on Monday. No one can give me an answer. So, anyone got any guesses what's going to happen when they can't meet that $1 billion? That target or whatever they have? They're raising funds. Here's your weekly on Ethereum. Bro, last week you broke back below the 200-week moving average. Fatal. I mean, pretty much fatal. Now you're catching follow-through off the breakdown. And 830 target. I mean, it's so simple. It's just like, oh, yeah, the peak from April 2018. Okay, that's your weekly target. I mean, the 886 is there and all. But okay. I mean, this is a really bad wave structure. When you make you sell in climax, then you rally, nice rally all summer, and then you go down almost 78%, and then you make a lower high, and that just sets up for 1272 to 1618, your target area based on harmonic structures. It's gonna be between 574 and $171. That's X marks spot. The 1414 makes the most sense, but you can't see the 1414 because it's so effing confluent with the strongest known support that exists on Ethereum where we are right now. That's around $420. June 2017, August 2017, April 2018. Look at this, peaks and valleys. June. I mean, how many times it's acted as a level of inflection? That's why it's the strongest, and it would line up perfectly for butterfly. Okay. Get it that 886 first. I get it. Sure, miracles can happen, but the way it's so deep on B, leads me to believe it's just not as probable for a nice rally at the 88. I get it though. On the daily, you're using this anchor point, but if you look at the weekly, you can barely even see this peak. I don't even think you'd be using it. Like if you're looking at the weekly and trying to identify a wave structure, I don't know if Scott Carney would agree or not, but I mean, using this as the B point and this is the C point, and then again, it's like a 1414 perfect lineup down there. So did anyone answer the question? I was just wondering because I can't get an answer. Liquidate assets, which would be Grayscale, right? Or the Bitcoin in Grayscale. One thing is concerning, all right? I mean, this is kind of broken this weekend where Grayscale will not release their proof of reserves, right? They just won't. They're not going to prove to us that they actually have 1 Bitcoin per 1 Bitcoin purchase from users or whatever, right? I mean, that's real. I don't think that's a good sign. I mean, imagine a security, a publicly traded company being like, nah, well, you know what? I remember Enron, right? The black box. They wouldn't do it for so long. They wouldn't allow people to see because it was so their balance sheet was so complex that people weren't allowed to see it. Why would they, if they have more than 1-to-1, don't want to show anyone? That doesn't make sense, dude. Wouldn't you be proud right now at this point? You'd be so like wanting to get out. If you were like not screwed and hiding things from people, wouldn't you want to get out front and be like, look at us, man, we're solid. Look how solid we are. Here's the evidence. No one's doing that. The famous phone call. What do you call him, an a-hole? Call the reporter an a-hole. It was it Kenneth Lay or was it Skilling? I think it was Skilling that called him an a-hole, the reporter. Back when reporters were real, you know, not activists, but yep. Okay, so just looking at the sad, somber story here, unfortunately for Ethereum, but the good news is, man.
9K gap fill in time, tick-tock, tick-tock.
What's up, Smiley, dude? Thanks for 420.
Is that a joint?
Yeah, probably in time, man. Bitcoin futures chart, we can just look at it right now. It's relevant, makes sense. Yeah, you got 9K. It's not visible on the weekly. But the problem, well, yes it is. Never mind. Never mind. There is a weekly gap fill at 11,150 on the weekly. Yes, and of course there are 2 unfilled gaps on the weekly and the daily. Every day that goes, and we gap down. So, oh, dude, we're gonna gap up, bro. Okay, we do have an unfilled gap. That gap would fill at 16,550. You'd have to catch some sort of rally here on the new week or something. But that to me is miserable. Miserable, man. Do you see how there's just nothing here? Nothing until 14,180, and that's a joke. Just because one time in history it acted as a reversal point doesn't mean it's going to act as support this time, because it's never been it will be tested, and it may very well fail very fast. So you could just capitulate through it and go straight down to the levels that make way more sense. 11,670 multiple times in history it's acted as inflection point, and 10,000, and then the gap fills. All these are valid candidates for Bitcoin in time, unfortunately. Yeah, right. I mean, like, it wasn't this whole thing like everyone's so outraged that the SEC won't let Grayscale Bitcoin be the ETF for Bitcoin, and then these guys are legitimately just saying, nah, we're not showing you our reserves. Like, how could you want to ever be a Bitcoin ETF, like, for real, and then just, when all this is going on, you're just not going to show people what's under the hood? It's just screaming massive scam, you know? I mean, maybe not, dude. Maybe not. But it just doesn't look good. Bad optics in a very optical world we live in. Let's go to the quad screen I have up. It's... You're not going to like the way it looks. I guarantee it. Men's Warehouse. Well, I don't know. I mean, like, if you understand how bad things are and you've been allocated properly for most of the year, it's pretty interesting. It's cool, you know, but if you're like somehow an unironic, just like crypto obsessed bull, and you're just okay with losing so much money over the whole year, all your money, like you've lost almost all, dude. If you were at the top, man, this thing, Bitcoin's down like 26 plus 30% now, or I'm sorry, 70% to 75% now. You lost a lot of value, you know, on that position, and it could keep going lower. But if you cared about the trend and all that stuff, and you know, like, oh man, I could just easily put my money back on an exchange and buy when things make more sense, you know, when the world's not like economic collapse impending. Okay, well, maybe, you know, better times to buy, come back in at basement prices. You're okay, but like, yeah, the holders, yeah, the holders that bought in 2021, 2022 are doomed, right, for now. So let's look at the quad screen. Here it is. Top left is just Bitcoin. Sorry, I haven't really been messing with that. I just, you know, remember, I'm living in a hotel and I commute to work. It's kind of ridiculous. So really weird situation. I've never been in my life, really. But total, there's that 60 minute, I don't know why. 60 minute here, 16.2 the level, holding. Fine, like a fruit fly, right? Crypto total market cap right here. Oh yeah, I mean, just descending triangle much, dude? Is this not, if it's not like a perfect descending triangle where you can paint it with trend lines because it's too whacked out, too much distribution, you know, like, you can clearly see kind of buy wall, $760 billion right around there, and then the much lower highs. So that's just like a redistribution structure on total, where massive downside potential. We know that, and we know total 3 is going to take you down there too. Sol, bottom left, I just still have it. I don't know why. I mean, $5 in time. If you're patient, you'll get it. You'll get $5, man. Just wait for it. This thing's terrible. You're talking about descending triangle behavior. It may not be like perfect textbook, but you can see it, right? The lower highs, severe lower highs, and then just the same level where the buyers are propping that price up. Dude, the music got like really quiet. I don't know what happened, man. It was kind of fine a minute ago, then it's just inaudible. Sorry. I don't even know. Hold on. But yeah, like just on the verge of collapse, man. Woman, alien, total. Here's your total market cap by itself. This is so bearish, man. There's nothing much more bearish looking than this. Okay. And what were you holding on to? This was it right here. I don't have 763 right there. 763 goes back to history, I think. Oh yeah, dude, 763 is the freaking cycle top. Look how bad this is, right? Here, you're still above it. My God, you're 761.95 billion right there. January 2018, right? The peak. And here we are, just testing it once again, man. Bearish, well, not even a bearish golden candle because the previous candle was red, but close enough, right? Second lowest. It will be the second lowest daily candle close, you know, in years, in like 2 years, roughly. And I just don't think you want to be sitting here with no max bidding. There's no one buying. You're sitting, you're hanging off a cliff and no one's buying. Just wait for the accelerator. Once this breaks, man, it's like the levees, dude. It will be terrible. It will be fast. It will be violent. People will be freaking out. So we looked at futures, Bitcoin, Ethereum. We can look at we looked at total. I mean, I can play the sound clip if you want, dudes.
I like turtles.
There's bears out here.
There you go. BNB down 3%. Figured, you know, it was our kind of our theory or thesis that, man, Bitcoin, Ethereum look tremendously bad. So that means like BNB is probably going to go down too, and if it does, 225, 211 target, and if that breaks, $40. But you got a long way to go before that happens. So you're okay, but you would leg down to 225, and I mean that's not nothing from where you are now. That's still a good 14 to 17% downside potential here on BNB if things start getting violent. Again, you're staring at it. Chat, every one of you right now watching this stream, you are staring at total market cap, hanging on by a thread, and once it breaks, it will be a straight down situation like it was straight up, straight down, straight up, and could be straight down again. This is why I'm live early too, because it's that bad. What is this music, man? I just, you know, pay attention to the things that are unfolding across this market that ended up most of it being a scam. Well, they've always been Beanie Babies, but man, you know, Beanie Babies just a plush stuffed animal that people speculate, and then, you know, you've got scams where, wow, inside the Beanie Babies were a bunch of frauds and they're ruining people's lives. A little different, you know. Most of them just Beanie Babies. Then you had all these really bad, there's like asbestos inside the Beanie Babies, right? Some of them, God. BNB, and then, God, I can't remember. XRP, we'll look at XRP. Down 5.7%. Oh man, I think this is really nasty stuff, man. Are you kidding me? You can't do this. You can't do this, man. You can't just reject.
Hate to be that guy. 2-week BTC falling 3 methods in 30 minutes.
No, you need to be that guy. I forgot. And you're right, dude. We've been waiting for a week now for that. Yeah. We will look at that right after XRP. Very good reminder, smiley face. Thank you, dude. Okay, so bad news on XRP. The 200-day moving average that has normally been a major adversary to this asset for a long time is now, you know, a bad guy again, right? There it is, rejecting the 200-day moving average, the bearish and golden candle. Your target is 32.5 cents again. That's it. Failed to break above these other levels too. You can see swing low May 26th, swing high June of this year, swing high July and August of this year. Now resistance, right? Now peak, and so that's your target. So you're down 6% today, but you still have a good 10% more downside before you see the next inflection point. And if you ever break that, it's bye XRP. You go to 25 cents. It's not XRP's fault. It's just the macro. I mean, this is the way all the altcoins are gonna be. Okay, unfortunately. I'll also go to let's check on that butterfly theory we kind of had on Matic that had been making a splash in the larger market cap coins. You know, it became a large market cap coin, but now it's down 8%, and we're well on our way. Very, very nice. To the bottom of the range, right? Had identified last week the very real rejection of inflection points. They became, once again, after you fell back into them, you were then regarded them twice as resistance, and you've been rolling over ever since, and you're headed on down to at least, you know, 69 to 72 cents to test the bottom of the range, and then the 1272 pattern completion zone of the butterflies at 65 cents. If you're down there, you might be in a lot of trouble. I don't know, I guess there are some peaks and valleys that could prop you up, but that was a target, man. You can't just break out of a rectangle range and then break back into it and then reconfirm its validity with formal back test and then start rolling over and then not like see it coming where you would see maybe the bottom of the range again. Just looking at this because it's a large market cap coin, we kind of try to do that at the beginning of the stream, right? That's right, straight up asbestos and the Beanie Babies, dude. Turd in the punch bowl. Chat, hello? Chat dead? We got like 5 people watching? 5, 6, 7. Oh, we got like almost 900 people here. It's okay. 875. Y'all, are y'all here? Are y'all like in the stream and watching this stuff unfold? I mean, we're all here together. We Got nowhere else to go, man. And all our peers in real life don't give a crap about this stuff happening. We do, on the way down and the way up. So Matic, and then we'll go to Cardano. Dude, auto bearish. There's been nothing about Cardano that's been bullish at all. This thing's only down 5% though. So, but come on, man. I mean, like, really? Let's see some of y'all in here. Wear your jackets. Don't fall asleep. If you fall asleep, you may not wake up in these very cold conditions. Don't be scared and park. Don't be scared. Just allocate your resources, your limited resources, and you'll be fine, right? Oh, hey. Kind of looks like there's rain coming. I mean, this is the way it's been, right? Kind of looks like there's been rain coming. Maybe I should like go inside or like put on an umbrella, or which means like reallocate your money properly the right way. And then like it starts raining outside, so it's raining. Oh, you're protected. You know, like that's what all this is about. These distribution patterns are, look at this on Cardano. It's just like a high, the lower high, then like kind of the same low thrice with the candle close November 9th, 31.8 cents. And now you're breaking it really. And you'll have your lowest 4-hour candle close in 22 minutes of the entire downtrend on Cardano. Probably your lowest daily close. Close, might be close, but oh yeah. Look at, I mean, this isn't bullish. This is extremely bearish. Bearish engulfing candle first off will be confirmed in 22 minutes. But again, it'll be your lowest daily candle close on Cardano. Could be close. It might be since January 2021, but it might very well be January 21st of 2021. Again, remember where this is. It's you're in the crash zone. You've been in the crash zone. It was like there's no hope here. It made a lower high, hidden bearish divergence. Yep, the continuate triple hidden bearish divergence, and then back below the inflection points. It's like, oh my God, dude, wait for 14 to 12 cents on Cardano. You'll get it, and if you're patient enough, if you wait. But let's look at this, man. The size of this already, this descending triangle, you know, it's gorgeous. It was so textbook. Sorry about your crap coin, dude. But if you pray to your God, Hoskins' son, the price isn't going to go up. Because he's just a guy. And his chart, his asset hasn't done anything and has helped no one, really. Please tell me what real world value Cardano's brought to the table in the past 3-5 years. From the previous cycle to this cycle. What was it? Not Mimblewimble, but something. They came up with a privacy thing that who's using it? I mean, just tell me. Now you've broken all formal supports. So what else is there to do besides go to 10 cents? That's it. Cardano, and then we go to Doge. That, yeah, figured it's not going to end well at all if Bitcoin rolls over. And that was where it was like we had maybe an argument a little bit, but you can't just fail to break the key levels so many times and expect a good outcome. It's finally, you know, chickens have come home to roost where you're probably going to go test 7 cents again. Breaking below 7.7 cents is very bad because that's a real level. Okay, only bearish on Doge now. Only bearish. Like it's all about the levels. It's all about the price action, how it correlates to key levels. Well, guess what? As of today, with this 9% drawdown, it was 10% at one time on Doge. You have fallen below the peak that was manufactured February 2021. That's happening. And then it was also a candle low close May of 2022, June of 2022. You get it, right? Now, like if you're below that, you run the risk of seeing 6.54 cents easily. Straight down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, so understand, bad on Doge. Even when you had a completed harmonic, not anymore. You've broken inflection points. And just think about it. Use your critical thinking here. Forget Doge. What happens to Doge if Total breaks this last Rudy Poo joke fruit fly support? Guess what happens to Doge? 25% downside, 30% downside, I'd imagine. A lot more downside on everything crypto. Nothing will be safe except maybe YFII. My God, just kidding. You have a good... I mean, when, you know, you could say like, hey, probably like 426 billion. Let's just say 420 billion for the memes. There's still like 40% downside before really anything makes sense. And that's what we need. We need an ice age. We need a crypto blizzard winter with white walkers and ice spiders, and, you know, we need that. 18,000 scams, dude. 18,000 Beanie Baby cryptos out there. They need to get nuked. We cannot, Westeros cannot supply crops, food, water to all these scams. The White Walkers must come in and cull them. Unfortunately, I know. Except your Doge be like, I don't know, we don't really aren't going like beyond Doge these days, are we? My God, dude. Well, let's just start wildcarding it, I guess, right? We didn't have a request, did we? Thanks for the nearly 1,000 people tuned in. If you're enjoying the live stream, the coverage, early coverage, hit that like button, the bell, that sub. Thanks for being here. Let's go to Bitcoin on the weekly. The bi-weekly, excuse me. Oh my God, dude. The bi-weekly on Bitcoin. Oh, it is going to be real. It will be confirmed. It's not the prettiest, but it will be real. Confirmed in 17 minutes. Your falling 3 methods. 5 Japanese candlestick reversal. I'm sorry, continuation pattern. Complex. As complex as they get really for Japanese candlesticks when you have 5. This is 1. It's 1 large red candle down in a downtrend already, right? But it's already paused, right? You see the pause, but this is the continuation. Perfect. So 1 red candle, then 3 green candles that were well contained within the first candle, and then a red candle on the fifth. The fifth candle is red, and it takes out, it engulfs the previous 3 and closes lower than the first candle. So that is your, again, your falling 3 methods on the bi-weekly. And again, if you look at the chart, like nothing, I mean, you can say that level there, this shouldn't even exist on the bi-weekly. Good God. $11,600, dude. I mean, like, that's your big one on the bi-weekly. We can go to the monthly too. And we got a little, well, we're 2/3 of the month. Look at this. A monthly bearish engulfing candle would be confirmed in 10 days. That is brutal. Very, very bad. And look left on the monthly. Tells you everything you need to know. At least on the monthly, we got something that makes sense. 13,869, the daily candle high close from December of 2017. And you had that wick at the same time from June of 2019. That's the target. And it makes all the sense in the world when you look at the most significant time scale, right? Most significant. What about the 1-year chart? I haven't looked at the 1-year chart in a long time. Oh my God. Here's your 1-year chart. Uh, 1 month and 12 days until this candle closes. It'd be a bearish engulfing candle. It'd be the largest red candle of all time on Bitcoin by far, and it's not even close. Maybe not percentage-wise, but definitely price. And guess what? The yearly candle, the same resistance, 13,869. That is the target on the monthly and the yearly. But yeah, dude, it's an uptrend. Sure, dude. Yeah, but okay. Still has more downside. Still has. All right, Bitcoin still has, from where it is right now, another 15% downside on it before. I mean, good God, dude. Hey, you know what, Smiley? What happened? What's happening? We're about to have a daily and a bi-weekly falling, pretty much real, right? I mean, you know, the wicks are kind of whacked out, but the bodies of the candle, the 5 Japanese candlestick pattern, right? It's a 1 red candle, then all 3 of the candles within the first, they're held, right? And then you have the one that engulfs all 3 and then closes lower than the first. You have like a Falling 3 methods on the daily and the bi-weekly at the same time. That's crazy. Oh wow, Dimitri, man. DB, man, thank you. Holy crap, man. Can we get some hype in the chat for Dimitri? Because he just joined the annual Patreon today. Please get some hype in the chat, dude.
Hype in the chat.
Thanks so much, Dimitri, man. Kangs. He took the black. It's a good time to take the black because we'll be fighting White Walkers and all that stuff. Perfect. But I would say, you know, like on Ethereum, it's like a great start to a great.
Do I buy now?
Oh, no, Smiley. Not financial advice, no. I think you did for the 3s. So that's just nasty, dude. Golden candle confirmed in 13 minutes, and that's why I'm live a little early because we got some price action, some real life stuff. I mean, down 6.28%. We could go
Appreciation for the things you do goes beyond words, Mitch. Much love, less than 3.
Thanks, Igor.
Is that a...
The love is mutual. Thanks, dude. There are others though. There's many coins out there, right? That are destroyed. That are ruined. Look at Atom for one. Bearish and golden candle confirmed 12 minutes, and you're heading to the levels that make the most sense, where it should go. And then you'll be testing levels. If you don't hold those, you got way more downside. So this is really cool to see how it all changed. I mean, this is a long trade setup, then it was a short trade setup here, and then it was like the entry was tested again. And then you're breaking down and you're going to the next level. So 850 and 726 next targets from here. You still have a lot more downside everywhere. BAT, basic attention token, exceeded the 886. You spent the good part of 5 months here and not enough demand, and formal back test of old resistance has resistance again nonstop. And now look at you. You're making your lowest lows, and your bearish and golden candle on the daily be confirmed in 11 minutes, and the downside potential from here. It's crazy. I mean, you got a minimum of 17 cents, 21 cents now. So you got like talking like 20 to 35% downside, and if things get really bad, you have 50% downside on basic attention token. Very, very ugly. What about Bitcoin Cash? Well, it's kind of okay, but like it's fallen below the key level. It's trying to break back in or above 105, 107, but you haven't yet. You see it? This is everything. If you don't hold this, you go to $74 in time. If Bitcoin crashes, Ethereum crashes, I think that's what's going to happen. Right now, all that's happening is market participants are attempting to break back above a key inflection point. They have so far failed, and that's it. You are not really dumping with the rest of the market, which is interesting, where everything else on my watch list just about is red. This is up 0.14%. Let's pay attention to it, but let's not get too ahead of ourselves on it being amazing or anything, right? Because as you can see, the wave structure, not a good wave structure currently. Not really at all. Not at all, man. It's like a butterfly. Legit butterfly, yeah. We're just talking about this eventually. It's a 786, either one, you know, a lower high on C, and then a 1272 on D, and that takes you. That's like TA Tetris right there, man. That's a butterfly. Complex wave structure. It's ugly. It's really bad. And so if you fail to break 107, then yeah, that's all the confirmation the market participants need to roll over for us to go much, much lower. So if you're ever going to run down to those levels from where you are right now, that is a good 30% downside on Bitcoin Cash. Here's your crow, the Matt Damon loser coin that had tested the all-time lows, you know, pretty much. We knew if you ever broke below 8.8 cents, you were doomed and you were going to lose 50% of your value. You did that. You did it. But now you're just coming back, right? There was a reaction. There were limit buys down there. Of course, scalpers and no demand. There was a huge percentage swing, which good for the scalpers, but it's not going back up to 9 cents anytime soon. This thing's going back down to 5 cents again. And once that breaks, who knows? I mean, my God, that's the lowest low ever, I think, on Crow. December 2020, it was at 5.2 cents. You'll revisit that. Down 10% today, good. This thing needs to collapse. This is one of them with asbestos in it, right? The Beanie Baby with asbestos. Yeah. Standing on the verge of collapse. Wow. Oh, man. There are others, dude. Do you know? There are. Oh, man. You want to see one that's just like ripe for death, unfortunately. I hate to say it like that, but this is like one of the ugliest looking ones you can imagine. DGB. Just look, man. I know we've been here before. October 2017, December 2018, it was all the sports. Then it became resistance in 2020. And then it was support in June of this year. But now you've broken it. Now you're bear flagging. And just look at this price action. What was always once a support forever, for years, talking 5+ years, is now resistance for the first time. And there's no support till 1.5 tenths of 1 cent. One of the ugliest charts you can imagine, technically, right? It's just a bear flag, bro. That's all it is, man. Just a bear flag. Just formal bearish back test of levels that were support. They're now resistance. Good luck. DGB, target. Percentage-wise, oh, just a good 77% downside.
Mitchie, I hope you had a great weekend. Crypto is strong, stocks are strong. This market is rock solid. Housing will moon. Let's all just smoke that sticky and watch PLSD moon like the Jesus.
Sounds like you were already ahead of us on that, right? You must be very high to say those things. Most of those things. Thank you, dude. We will look at Pulse Melodish Doge Chain Coin. Thank you, dude. Understand how screwed you are on this asset? I mean, okay, dude, we're going to hang out at half a cent. All right, you'll go to half a cent. You might hang for a little while, but you have a formal test that's coming at 1.5 cents. I'm sorry. It's awful. Dot down 5%, 5+%. So we have a target. You are breaking supports. This is doomed, okay? The target on this asset, I think in time, is 359 now. Been waiting all summer for a test, and it didn't take long before you just broke it like it was nothing. And again, like, I think that's the target. A 1.618, a butterfly, bullish butterfly down there. That means that DOT has a good 30%, 32%
hey, Mitch,
downside.
Thanks for keeping it 100. Clapping hands. Plaza, tell me, should I short BNX/UST?
So Livjeet, man, thanks, dude. We can look at it. Whatever that is, we can look at it, okay? So you get it, when you look at these individual assets and you see where they are relative to their own formal inflection points. And then you look at total and total 3. Can you not completely understand why $426 billion could easily be achieved once the absorption of the last remaining demand is complete at the 2018 peak? You can just keep coming back to this chart every time we look at an asset, an individual S coin that's broken its formal supports and has so much more downside, right? Like, for instance, just another one here. Oh my God, just Engine coin, right? That broke its 33-cent support, has back tested as resistance. Bearish engulfing candle today will be the lowest daily candle close on Engine since like January 17th, 2021, and there's just nothing here. See you at 23.7 cents, but probably 20 cents after that, and then really maybe 11.6 cents after that. I would not be surprised. It's already, you know, where it was. Like, we had this much downside. You had 24% downside from where you were before this today, and now you still have a lot more downside. Like, what, 18% downside from where you are. It's down 7.3% today. Look how perfect this was. It's perfect with a capital P. ENS breaking critical inflection point supports, and then testing resistance support as support, and then rallying, and then formally back testing resistance as resistance again. And now bearish engulfing candle will be confirmed in 3 minutes 35 seconds. Down almost 10%. Target's $10. You break $10, $7.40. You break $7.40. Who knows? A lot more down. So what does that mean? ENS has a good, from where it is right now, being down 10% today, still has another 17% downside. So at the beginning of the day, if it didn't hold or break above 1337, it had, what, 30% downside? 35% downside? Yeah. Good start. And we keep going all day on these coins, man. So many of them. How about GRT? Bro, it's GRT though, man. It's going to save the world. No, GRT is about to make a formal all-time low on candle close. Traders are going to settle up at their lowest price ever in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And, you know, 1.618 fib extensions at 3.8 cents. Let's go, dude. Let's see it happen. That's happening, man. We're living some history right now. Do you see this? I mean, I don't know, like, everyone really cares and stuff, but this is a big deal. This is like times to be watching or paying attention to the market, man. It's brutal, but it's, you know, it's okay. And thanks for the 1,035 people tuned in. Again, if you're enjoying the coverage of this live stream, hit that like button, that bell, that sub. Be sure to join the Discord if you haven't. Very, very good place to be during these times. Because, I mean, like, I'm actively, like, when stuff's hitting the fan, I'm, like, pinging at here. If you're in the general chat, you know, like, I'm trying to let y'all know bad things that are happening, you know, when they do happen, right? The Discord is pinned, but I'll also just spam it again for you. It's where the conversation continues when this live stream inevitably ends. It's unfortunate it ends, but I always come back, right? For now. For now. But what about H-bar, dude? Wasn't that going to change the world? No, it was not going to change the world. In fact, it has a good 33% downside on it right now. Bearish engulfing candle confirmed in 1 minute.
Since everyone is depressed and saying I'm a moon boy, crypto is screwed, stocks are doomed, housing is boned, I'll still light up that sticky icky sour diesel and watch PLSD visit another dimension.
All right, well, we'll be paying attention to it. Don't worry, dude. Well, we got to go to Bitcoin because it is your local on the 8th. The weekly candle close will be confirmed. And less than 1 minute, it will be a daily bearish engulfing candle. It will be a weekly, it will be the lowest weekly candle close since November 9th, 2020. It will be taking out the lows from last week. Very bad. And the bi-weekly will be a confirmed falling 3 methods Japanese candlestick pattern, bearish continuation pattern. I get it. And no formal support until 13,869, a monthly candle high close from December 2017, and a high from June of 2019. That's it. Nothing else makes sense until then. So 10 seconds. And there it is. Jesus chimes, chat. Jesus chimes. We did it, man. We made it another week, but unfortunately didn't end well for crypto and may just be a continuation of more downside to come. Based on this, sure as heck looks like it. Based on looking left, almost certainly looks like it, right? Who cares if you get some ups and downs, man? That's the hard target. Look at the 202-week moving average down there at 13,670. this weekly candle, right? Weekly bearish. Well, last week was the weekly bearish engulfing candle, and this week was enough follow through to say it's confirmed. So nasty hidden bearish divergence. You are in the bearish control zone for sure. You're not oversold. My God, 31.48. You know, that means you can get oversold again. Bro, what the? Ethereum, we go to the weekly so you can see it. The weekly, it was your lowest weekly candle close since June 27th. So not near as bad as Bitcoin, of course, but these coins tend to have a way of catching up. And if I'm looking at Bitcoin dominance, Wyckoff accumulation, and I'm looking at Ethereum to Bitcoin, Wyckoff distribution, I do not have and understand what's happening with sentiment and everything. Like, oh, clearly centralized finance, this whole Vitalik thing isn't that great. Bitcoin still is like amazing, unbelievably, and won't get flipped. That's the way I'm thinking. All that, I think that this will have a way of catching up where it dumps so much harder than Bitcoin when Bitcoin dumps. And I think you'll see that in time. And that's how we'll get to $420 eventually to complete this wave structure. But yeah, right now, that sounds berserk. That's crazy, right? That's psycho to say that maybe 420. But technically, it makes too much sense. You'll stall out maybe at 830. I get there's 1,020 still there, but the weekly just below the 200 moving average. You haven't, I mean, dude, there hasn't been negative momentum on Ethereum on the weekly since July 25th. That's gonna change. You're gonna go negative again. We're in a downtrend, man. Look at this. Ethereum on the weekly, certainly back inside of the bearish control zone. So, do you know how much downside there is looking at this? This oscillator right here. Hold on a sec. Okay. Bad news. Bad news. Let us see here how close we are. But here's one thing, the hopium, I guess. On the daily, you close the daily and the weekly above that peak. I guess that happened. So, bear market over, man. You didn't close the week below it, so... Are we? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's just, wow. This is not the scariest area ever. I don't know what is, right? When you're looking at a chart and technical supports and resistances, and this just happens to be all of crypto. Let's go over to total 3, because that one already broke the supports and stuff. Oh, miserable, bro. Oh my God, it's so bad. So total, 3. This is the entire crypto market, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. Look what you've just done. You've fallen below the 200-week moving average a couple weeks ago, and then this past week that just closed, you have confirmed the 200-week moving average as resistance. You have not seen negative momentum since July 25th. Oh my God, man. We have the volume spike on the selling pressure on the bearish engulfing. And you just look left and understand there's just so much downside. But again, looking at individual S coins, it makes so much sense. Because they're all breaking and back testing their formal resistance points as resistance again, confirming them. Okay, so we could, I guess, continue onward. Oh, I guess we got to look at Pulse Milish Doge Chain coin real quick before things start getting spicy. It's bad, man. It's not what you want to see. Yesterday's candle was terrible. It's weird. It hadn't closed yet. But yeah, this is not what you want to see. You don't want to be down 12% with a bearish engulfing candle confirmed. And just at the top of that bearish engulfing candle, you had rejected a previous inflection point. That's not what you're looking for. That's not good at all. You do not want that. So if you're doing that, the next target's 452 to 488. If that doesn't hold, bye-bye. See you at $2. Bro, what the? No, it's just not good, man. I mean, like, if you broke it, hey, let's go. But again, how can you be that optimistic with the macro so bad? It's just, I'm sure it wasn't Pulse Milish Doge Chain coin's fault that it's down 12%. It's probably Bitcoin and the macro. But again, you can't ignore that. You have to put that like into consideration in your analysis. Well, the macro, yeah, it's there and it's always going to be there and it's always going to affect individual assets, even ones like Pulse Milish Doge Chain. So not a good day, and it rejected an inflection point, so you could be headed right back down to 450 to 490. That's it, dude. Okay. Let's go to Bitcoin. That on the new day is beginning to sell off. You know, this is, remember bearish engulfing candle yesterday. Let's see how much fall that we get today. My Ethereum alert just went off too. Ethereum, you know, it's at its lowest levels since November 10th. No big deal. But again, all formal support's broken. You're in a lot, just where you are. There's just thin order book. I mean, it just like lots up and down. Straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down. It could be straight down again. And I think you would be going at least to, again, 1,018 for an 886. But then 980 and then 830 and then 420 after that. It's not going to go overnight, but you get it. Okay. And we can go to total right now because total is doing stuff that you can see. I'm so scaled out. There it is. And look at total. Total is formally again back below that level. Of course, it could just rally and get back above it. I know that. But as it stands now, while I'm live, we have re-breached the level and we are below it right now. Monka S. On the new week, we have some coins that are already down 2+%. One being Shiba, one being Atom, one being Algo, OMG, SOL, Sol. You know, let's go back to that quad screen real quick. Here it is.
In it for the tech. Moon boys get wrecked. Got a cold wallet big like BitConnect. Fine like a fruit fly. Insect mad respect. Tia checked. Shorts on Fleck Mitch Ray with the skills of look left for retrospect.
Is that a joint?
Thank you, Zillica Ice. Not Vanilla Ice, but Zillica Ice. Thank you, dude, for the rhymes. Nice rhymes. Much love. Wow, we got 400 likes. Thank y'all. Holy crap. Amazing. Very good. So on the quad screen, you know, crypto total market cap. Just looking at it again on the 4 hour. Here's crypto.com. Who cares? Just unofficial scam. Holding up. Okay. Sol 1208. If you can't believe it, right? But it just happened on the new day, on the new 4 hour candle, on the new week. Sol has just made intraday its lowest price since March 6, 2021. That just happened and soon approaching 1185, 1190. And once that breaks $5, so you just wait and you'll get that. But that just happened, man. You just took out the low from November 14th. We're talking 6 days ago. And certainly had already taken out the November 9th low. So you got some big things happening, significant things occurring. And that's so much redistribution, isn't it? On Sol. What a beautiful bearish back test, though. You got to really admire that. Love that. Yeah, old Shib in a lot of trouble, I think. Oh yeah, Shiba Inu might be dead. Okay, you have this M shape, but it reminds me, it's kind of like Ethereum, where Shiba Inu is at an 886 now, but dude, look at this level. It was a peak from June 2015. I'm sorry, June 15th, 2022, and there was the daily candle high close from September of 2021. You're below that now. You closed the day with a bearish engulfing candle, and it was confirmed below that inflection point. The downside, where you are on Shiba, if it's just going to respect what it did before when it broke this level, you have another 20% downside on Shiba. Remember, Crow's second largest holding is Shiba, not whatever. It was like Ethereum and Shiba, right? Largest holdings. I would be really careful. I don't care about an 886 right now. Macro is so bad, it's hard to even dream of bullish scenarios. And again, like, it's cool and all on 886, but if we get above 885, fine, let's talk about it. But we're not. And you below this, you're immediately bearish. You can only be bearish on Shiba below 885. It's worthless and is about to be a lot more worthless based on historical price action below 885. Crow, I don't think I can't remember. Someone back me up on that, on the whole Crow and their holdings. It was weird. Like, they didn't have, it was either they didn't have Ethereum or Bitcoin as their largest holding, or their second largest. It was like either Ethereum or Bitcoin was their largest, and then Shiba was the second. Oh, it's so nasty, dude. So nasty. Like, I know all the squeezes and all the bull crap on algo, where people are like, oh, I'm bullish. It's like, dude, you can't be. I get it, man. It's tough here because that's some serious shakeout. That's a serious shakeout. But a reconfirmed bearish breakdown that takes you to 1669 eventually here. Bearish engulfing candle confirmed yesterday below 27, 28 cents. That's a bad. You're in the crash zone now. You're at a level where easily 22 cents. But when that doesn't hold, you go to 16, 17 cents, way lower. So you just got to be really careful here. That was a true shakeout right there. But back below it, only bearish. Right angled, ascending, brightening formation, bearish continuation pattern. Has reconfirmed the breakout. We'll break down. Go to VeChain. It's doing things, but it's miserable things. VeChain bearish breakdown. Look at this could have been as easy of a short as Ethereum. It really could have. It was perfect. Still, I mean, dude, the downside's unbelievable right here. It's like crazy. Really crazy downside potential on VeChain. We're talking like, look what happened. The high from 2018 that was clearly regarded as resistance again in 2020. Well, guess what? It was regarded as support in June, but now you're below it. And look what you've done. You've formally back tested those levels, right? You bearish engulfing on the 17th, and then two formal back tests of that old high from 2018 as resistance, and you're rolling over. You caught follow through. In fact, VeChain had its lowest daily candle close 15 minutes ago since December 27th, 2020. We're talking almost 2-year lows now on VeChain, and all formal real support's broken until way, way lower. Do you see how much lower? Crazy low levels. I mean, 11 or 1.1 cents maybe, and then most likely less than a cent where the real supports are. Just bad, man. Like, just everywhere. And it just makes all the sense in the world to see that total 3 in the total market cap chart. Will it hold, man? Well, you know, sellers now, it's like the ball is in your court, sellers. It is your time to shine. It is your time to begin to crash the market when you fall below these levels. It is time. If it's real, and it may not be real. Of course, there are always fake outs that happen. Fake outs occur, man. Look, I mean, oh my God, we were November 14th. We were going to do it. Or even freaking November 9th itself, you know. But now, after the dust settled, it is very, very real. This dump was very real. The buyers tried for a good day. That was a good, valiant effort by buyers for a day. And that was it. So, here we are again, same level, and I just don't, you cannot be optimistic. It's so bearish here. Okay then, whatever. Well. Doesn't matter where you go, man. You click on an S-coin chart, it's probably broken all formal supports and has way lower to go. Like, just look at ICX, for instance. You know, below 18 cents. What is there to do besides to go down to 12 cents to 10.5 cents? Meaning, what else is there to do on ICX besides from where it is right now to go down to effing 30% or 20 to 30% more downside, and there's no question about it. That's it. That's left to do on ICX, to dump way more, like mostly everything else. Dang, Aussie Jason, let's go, bro. Leroy Jenkins for 50.
THX for being here, much love. Been heavy in cash since 43k BTC, 100% out of all risk assets for months, large part you. I am dipping my toes back in the water on BTC, long-term outlook, cold storage. Small percent of capital for now. Impossible to time bottom.
Of course, it is certainly hard to time the bottom, but it is very easy to identify inflection points. And, you know, you had 5 months above these inflection points. Buyers kept the price above these inflection points for 5 months, right? And now we have a scam, one of the largest scams in human history, unfolding, that maybe even includes our government and Ukraine, right? The money laundering stuff, right? And that's terrible for crypto. And as all that's unfolding, you're now breaking all formal supports. So to me, it's like, I get it. You can't time a bottom, sure. But if buyers remember, you are below the level. Buyers have stopped. They're no longer defending it, right? Like, the buyers can't defend it. There's too much supply right now to keep the price propped up. And if it's real, if this is a real bearish breakdown, you will get a way better price on Bitcoin, a way lower price on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and everything else. So that's what's so far. Every day I'm here during the summer. Oh my God, up and down. Holy crap. But now, this is serious, man. It's not a joke. Thank you, though. I really appreciate the 50, and very, very proud to be a positive influence in your life. And speaking of broken supports, let's just go to Sand, another cryptocurrency that has broken its support, right? It was 58 cents, 57.88 cents. If you broke that, that was the thing. If you broke it, you have 70% downside. Dang, man, holy crap. Holy Lord Jenkins, dude. That was 100 total. That's some clapping. Big round of applause.
Ty for your thoughts. Grab a steak and beer on me. Cheers, mate.
Yeah, if you check my Instagram story, I had that steak last night, so I'll just say that one was on you. Thank you, dude. Really, really appreciate that. That's like 100% crowdsourced stream. Aussie Jason. The stream presented by Aussie Jason. Thank you, dude. Much love, dude. That's like huge, especially in these market conditions. That's, you know, big time. So I think you would agree that Sand has 70% downside on it, right? 16.7 cents straight up, down, up. Okay, probably down. You'll have ups and downs in between, but like that's probably the hard target. Sand goes to 16 cents. No one's gonna care. No one, dude. No one. If it can't happen, it probably will happen in crypto. That's the rule, kind of. But wait, there's more. What about Mana Coin? dude, Mana was going to be good, right? Mana was going to save the world. No, it wasn't. In fact, it's so doomed. It's like testing its not its all-time low, because this one probably has more data, but the all-time low on this chart is from June of 2021, and it's 37 cents, and you're at it. So you're like Crow. It's kind of reaching the target. Like if you didn't hold 48.9 cents, easily 37 cents. So one time we were looking at this chart and being like, hey man, easily, if you don't hold that support, you got 24% downside and you've lost 24% in a week. And if everything else is about to collapse too, the way it looks, there's no way 37 cents holds on Mana. It's bad, dude. Hey man, do your thing. Again, like if you like dollar cost averaging at any time is a strategy that people do. I get it. But just in my opinion, and it's not financial advice, and I'm just a guy with a webcam and microphone that loves charts, right? But anytime when I'm looking at an asset that looks like this, I would never be trying to take a fresh long right here. This is like, it could hold, man. It very well could hold, and it would be unbelievable, right? But just based on the fact that we've spent 5 months, going on 6 months here, the buyers gave it their best shot, and only less market participants own the asset than they did before. And then before, this was an 886 from this previous high to low, an 886. That right there, very subtle distribution. You do not ignore the subtle distribution. It will be, oh my God, dude. It's like, the bubble has pumped, but it's not over. It's like South Seas chart. It's like all the other charts, man, that have existed in history. It's like PayPal. It's like all of them, man. 2000, go back to the NASDAQ bubble. We got to have one more leg down, and we'll be getting to way more reasonable levels when we get to 388 to 420 billion down here. This is the better area, because there's true strong inflection. There's full deep resets down here. Look at this, man. Talking 886s, baby. I mean, how many times we have to see the 886 for a reaction reversal before you start believing that that's going to be the best, most advantageous area to be longing, or to begin a long, right? A long campaign where you're layering in from there to lower versus here to lower, because this is that right there, man. 5 months of this, 5 months of that, that's not good, man. That's very, very poor. That just shows that the buyers are not in control. There's far too much supply. Just my thoughts on it. And okay, like, it's just my opinion, man. Oh God, you want to see more? You want to see some more scary stuff? I mean, nothing makes sense until an asset's down 69%. Emphasis on the 69. FTM, Phantom Coin, breaking key inflection points. I know there was that July 2021 low that you might go test, and you rally off that. No way if everything else is dumping. But Phantom has 69% downside. Straight up, guess what? Bubble pop straight down. If Phantom goes to 5.6 cents, no one's gonna care. In fact, 99.9% of the world population isn't even gonna know that Phantom coin is at 5.6 cents. No one. Bro, truly that's it, right? Well, what about Storage coin? Storage has finally hit a support, right? It's at a level where, like, if it holds, my God, it could go to 39 cents, and it's doing something different than everything else. Like, it's at the support, it's holding. I don't trust anything. Like, I mean, this thing could easily just dump 10% today when Bitcoin collapses. But below 28 cents, you go to 12 cents. Most likely. I mean, you might stop at 21 cents. That still, if you go to 21 cents, you lose 22% of your value. But if you go to the hard target, I think, where everything would be ending up when total breaks 761 billion, you got 55% downside on storage. But Tezos, oh, it's brutal, man. It's so nasty. Well, you're approaching the target. You are, right? I mean, Tezos, if you fall below 130, you have a downside potential of 32%. Well, guess what? It's down 25%. So it's got a little bit more downside before it hits target. And if that doesn't hold, then Mother of God. Mother of God. Then it goes down 70+%. Dude, it's just like, it's not the only one. What about Theta coin? Theta's like, well, it's approaching a high. I don't think this is a strong level though. You're approaching 79.9 cents, the high from October 2020. Once that breaks, you go down to 55 cents. Once that breaks, 32 cents. When that breaks, holy crap, dude, right? It's just, you just have lots of downside. These don't look like, that doesn't look like a lot per level, but it is, man. Just like breaking 80 cents, the next targets when you go down 32%. If you don't hold 80 cents, right? If you don't hold that target, if you don't hold 55 cents, the next level, you go down 72%. It's crazy. Never look at link. Dude, I look at so many things, man. I look at so many things. Link's in the same category. It's bearish rectangle. It's hitting the bottom of a range now or near it. Don't even know why. I was just looking at the biggest losers on the new week. Yeah, Link just approaching the bottom again. Link's approaching 535. That's the target. A little bit more downside, and then what's not been touched yet, which is really surprising. This reminds me of Cardano, and why it's very possible this is going to have the same fate as Cardano soon. In May and June, Link market participants pushed the price down to 535, but the peaks from 2019 and 2020 were 489 and 510. So it was front run, the buyers. And so I think you will soon test 489 to 510. And if that ever breaks, you won't believe it. If 489 to 510, that zone of inflection does not hold, then you will see this asset lose 68 to 69% of its value. Terrible. Just bad, dude. What about Litecoin? That it was a king, man. Oh, it's still just like, it can't, dude. If you break $66, fine, we'll talk about it. But you just failed again. You failed once more. I mean, better performance than a lot of others lately, in the past week or two. I get that. But if we're talking about key inflection points, you're near the top end of that, right? That's where it is. If you're up here, that means, hey man, if it reverses at or around $66, you got to get and understand the downside potential anywhere in here could take you all the way back down 24% to 35 to 40%. You got to be really mindful of that. The closer you are to a major resistance in these market conditions, that means the way more downside potential you have if it reverses to the downside, like the macro. Really tough finding anomalies. It's really tough trading and going long on it. Like, how do you sleep? I mean, I get stop losses, but it's just trying to find an altcoin. It's like, hey man, let's dig through those Beanie Babies and try to find one that's worth something while the Beanie Baby bubble is popping. It's already popped and it's just winding down still. 190 more likes for how many likes? A lot? A few? Many? Thanks for the 1,113 people tuned in. Thanks for the 507 likes. Let's go, dude. That's freezing. Let me turn my heat on. Jeez. Delayed? What are you talking about? Delayed? Delayed game? On my heater? 15-yard penalty or something? 5-yard penalty? Okay, so you're not above resistance. You have not been able to break it. And if you get a back test, it would be an up thrust, back test of up thrust. You better be careful. We looked at a lot of altcoins today already, fast. And I also got SNX that it was okay. And then it wasn't, right? I mean, bearish divergence developed on a confirmation high. November 8th, and just all the confidence gone, and then the plunge, the bearish engulfing has been falling through. And when this breaks, okay, SNX, once 156 breaks, it's over, right? When 156 breaks on SNX, it will be a straight line down, and SNX will lose 50%, 50% of its value. Straight up and down and up and down. SNX will be at 77 cents, and no one in the world will care or even know. And it'll be okay. Just wait for it, man. This one just happens to be one that hasn't broken support and back tested as resistance, and is in the midst of rolling over to the next levels, right? It's just slightly above it, but not for long if everything goes the way it's looking, right? It's dire here, man. Very, very dire. It's the daily. And you're just like, now you're just at it. Look, 761.749 billion, right? That's the peak from January 5th, 2018. You're at 761 billion right now. I mean, you're at it. That is crazy. We haven't, I don't think we've looked at Sol on the big screen or on the, you know, just standard chart. We're looking on the quad screen. But you need to see this. I mean, this is... I mean, the last line of defense. You're there, $12. And you know why $5 is the target? Because straight line up, it will be straight line down. August 2020 peak. That's it. Twig and thatch on the way up. Guess what? On the way down, twig and thatch. You're at the beach. You're building a house when you consolidate. When you go through impulses and consolidation periods and uptrends, you're building a house on the beach. And eventually a hurricane will come. It's inevitable. A bubble will pop. A recession will happen. The trend will reverse. And based on how much consolidation happened on the way up, that's your bricklaying or whatever. Like, I mean, that's you building your house. And if you didn't do a very good job of consolidating very long and all the supports get taken out, then you have a very weak house and the hurricane's just going to blow it away. So it's just like, that's where we are. You're just sitting here. The hurricane's coming, or it's already here, right? The hurricane's certainly already here. And it's just, you don't have anything but your foundation left, I guess, right? Once this breaks $5, buy. What is that downside potential, you know, like on Sol? This is one of your largest cryptos out there, unbelievably. It's just 60% downside. No big deal, man. Don't be dramatic. 60% downside on an asset's nothing, right? Yeah, stock market's at reversal areas. So that's the other problem. The fact that you have the macro of the macro, right? Like Bitcoin's the macro crypto, but the macro of the world is like, you know, pretty much the US stock market, and that is at reversal areas big time. And if that thing rolls over, it's just adding a stronger argument to why Bitcoin and crypto will like collapse further to way lower prices. That's it though, right? No more downside on other assets, right? Wrong. Wrong, dude. XMR. Monero, unfortunately. I get it, man. Monero's awesome. It's got use case, utility. It's real. Actual privacy coin. Unhackable. Incredible technology. Amazing. But one Monero equals one Monero. Monero could be at $50, and it's not going to matter. The price is not going to matter. It will still serve the same purpose. And the issue is complex. Wave structure here supports you've held, you're holding for now. But just understand, have your alert set up below $121. When 121 breaks, it's gone. It's going to $60. It loses 50% of its value fast. Okay. So just pay it. The trend is certainly down. Downtrend, lower highs, lower lows, rejecting 200-day moving averages, just hanging on for dear life, and once it breaks, absorption of remaining demand, it just a 50% drop. And that's okay though. Who wouldn't want to buy Monero at $50? If you like it at $130, you're going to love it at $50.
Cheers, Mitch. You allowed me to be properly prepared. This bear market sell-off is not a calamity for me but an opportunity. Can you take a look at Solo 1D on Bybit Exchange? Futures look a bit different to spot. Looks like it wants sub $5 next.
Of course. We will do that. Thank you so much, Anonymous, for the 15. We will look, for sure. On that exchange, if you want. Absolutely. I don't think it's going to... I mean, $5 is the target. It's really like $4.92. And I think for it being Sol, $4.92 is $4.92 overpriced. Like, it gets to $5. I don't care. If it's going to $5, many altcoins are going to their own formal supports, and I'd rather own them versus scams.
I started the chug last Friday.
Like confirmed
Get
scams.
wrapped. Spin. SOPA chart W multiple price targets.
SOPA chart. You started the chug. Isn't there a song? Who started the chug? Yeah, I remember that song. It was really popular back in the yesteryears. Thank you, dude. Soda Sopop or something, right? Let's see here. Let me check my notes. See if Aussie Jason had actually requested something or not. Well, he requested I get a steak. It's a good request. My favorite request ever, actually. Wow. No. So yeah, decent amount of contributions today. Just not many requests. Yeah, we'll look at Sol 1 day Bybit. Okay. Remember. $761 billion. That is your previous cycle top from 2018. That's what you've been holding on to, but not for much longer. I'm telling you, man, this is what death looks like. This is what winter is, okay? Below this level is winter. Above it, autumn. Below it, winter. Long, disgusting, scary winter with White Walkers and ice spiders. Okay. Broken walls. Army of the dead. Bybit. Let us see. The perpetual contract, eh? I mean, this is like terrible. I don't... if you're telling me to look at Bybit, Sol, US dollar, Tether, I only found this, and there's nothing here. Like, the data only goes back to July of 2021, so there's not even... $5 is the target. We know that. For sure. I mean, that's where Sol's going. And if you're just patient, you'll get it. But other than that, it's broken sports. And we can do fib extensions if you want from the local low to the high. And you're at a 1.618. And if you break that, you can't even use the 2618 because it's negative dollars. Yeah, it's probably best to just stick with spot price because this chart doesn't give us what we need. But this is the one I found, right? Yeah, Velez, man, for sure. Yeah, the hacker, by the way, right? Pfft, it wasn't SBF by himself, right? Yeah. So again, it's the new week, the new day. There's going to be price action. It's going to be up and down, man. It might go green initially and stuff, but just I want you to be aware of where we are, how close we are to doom and ruin. And I mean for the bulls, right? The holders, the
Been watching you
misallocated.
since you started years ago. Always great information. What kind of targets are we looking at for AVAX?
I don't know. Trevor, thanks for the 5, man, and thanks for supporting the channel and being here all these years, man. Because you could be watching anyone, and you're here, and that's awesome honor. Okay, for each and every one of you that are watching, I'm very grateful. Okay, just know that. Know I'm grateful. Sorry about Sol futures or whatever sucking. $5, yes, $5. Society Pass Incorporated. Wow, that sounds like a nothing dystopic, does it? Still there though. Wow, yeah, I remember this one. Holy crap, bro. It's real. It's so real. Society Pass, the last time we looked at it, we'd identified a spring and a back test of a spring and a big rally, but it couldn't really sustain at all, could you? And just hanging out at 158. I guess you're safe above 148, but I would, if you were in this, you would want to cut your losses below 148 because that's the argument, right? The fact that it fell below the support, and then broke back above it and spent a lot of time holding it as support. That's a really strong signature from the composite operator himself. And it's valid until you fall back below it. Because when you fall back below 149 now, because the macro rolls over or whatever, you had a good argument for a long potentially. But when that fails, you now have a good argument for not being long when you fall below the springback test, because your argument was the springback test. Okay, so pay attention. That's all I got for you on SOPA. It's the same analysis pretty much as before, except we had that move, you know, and then a pullback. And it's still valid. You're still okay. You still have a little room, maybe just right below 145. You cut your losses right there. But other than that, let's see what happens, man. Let it ride. Bad macro. All I can do, since you just tipped a $5 super chat, I'll just tell you the targets on AVAX. Minimum from where you are right now, $10.80, and then $9.83 after that. If you don't hold $9.83, you go to $3.20, and that's it. I don't know. I mean, maybe you could say like $5.42 or something like that, but
It's China to me, China.
China.
Hey Mitch, thanks for all you do. Look up the market psychology chart and drag it on top of TradingView. Almost scary how perfectly it lines up. Looks like we are in the angry phase.
We are definitely in the not completed cycle of the unwinding. I agree with that, right? Looking at it, he's talking about the market psychology chart. Yeah, dude, let's he's just talking about, I don't know if I can pull it up because I cannot get a PNG of it. Maybe I like, it's a little different, you know, it's a lot different actually, but right, just talking about this chart, right? I mean, it's disbelief, dudes. Disbelief in 2020, and then the run, and then the lower high. This was complacency in April, and now anxiety, denial, panic. We're at kind of the I don't know. I mean, people would try to say we're at the anger phase. And so what does that mean? Does that mean we're going to hold here? Does that mean this level's going to hold? I don't know about that, man. You got to have a lot of confidence to think we're about to rally here. But hey, if it happens, it happens. I'm not saying it's certain we're going to crash, but my God, we are staring into the abyss where a lot of things have 30 to 50% downside on them, and it makes a lot of sense. But yeah, if you want to go by this chart, I guess we're in the anger phase or something. But dude, we are just, look at the disbelief phase. It's so off here, right? Disbelief would have been down at like 2020. Anytime in 2020 is the disbelief phase, right? Well, guess what? Anger, you can see linearly, it's pretty much like a 95 to 100% retrace. Well, guess what? We still have another fib node. We're at the 786 right now, and the 88% retrace makes way more sense. So it's not perfect, but I get what you're saying, sure. But it is off some. Okay, there you go, dude. But bro, we're gonna make it, man. WAGMI or whatever. Laser eyes, bro. Come on. Don't take your laser eyes off now. I don't know, man. We've been live 1 hour and 40 minutes. What happened to the time? Where did it go? Holy crap. And thanks for the nearly 1,100 people tuned in. Thanks for the 576 likes. We get 600 likes in seconds if y'all tried. You know that, right? Easily. How could the government let this happen? Maybe they were contributing factors with FTX, dude. After this clown world is... Clown world's really dug in deep. I don't know about 1,000, but 600, right? we did it. We had 600 likes. Thank y'all. So yeah, like we were here for the weekly close to talk about all the events, all the things that occurred on the weekly close. It was very bad. I mean, daily bearish engulfings, some weekly engulfings, and formal supports being broken. Ethereum had been spending a lot of time. In fact, Ethereum spent a good 4 days regarding 1223, 1224 as resistance before rolling over. And I think that's incredible. That's perfect formal bearish back tests. And that was why that short trade setup was posted, man. Like that's exactly why. What's up, dude? Thanks for the 1. Made my lights move. Or change or whatever. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, dude, Ethereum on the daily is just miserable. Holy crap. The weekly and the daily are so bad on Ethereum. You're sitting at 35 on the daily after legitimately rejecting 40, right? Breaking above 40. You failed. You look at this. It's like a upthrust in the back test of the upthrust that is perfect on the 19th, which was yesterday. It just so happens when you rejected 40, breaking above 40, that means you're staying in the bearish control zone. You bearishly engulfed and formally finished back testing the old 2018 dead cat bounce. It's fantastic, man. It's like beautiful price action. Like I mean, I get it, man. I'm not really into the whole I'm obsessed with longs and green candles. I'm a fan on both sides. I'm just a fan of the psychology of buyers and sellers at key inflection points, because those things tell us things. Not all the time. They can be fake outs and stuff, but man, you see like how just that's how you read charts in a lot of ways. It's just price action a lot of times, and it was good. And now you're following through to the downside, and there's just nothing here. Nothing here till $980. Nothing, dude. 980 and then 830. And then when it's all said and done, 420. That's going to be down the road. It's going to take time. A lot of time to get there. 886 first, though. One at a time. All right, I think we're good, though. I think it was a good stream. I think that was enough, right? I mean, the price action's just not warranting me sticking around for an extended stream beyond 1 hour, 40 minutes, you know? But like if Bitcoin starts like crashing in a little while or whatever, I'm gonna do everything I can to be live again. But remember, I live in a hotel down the street and I may not be here, so it may take time to get here. If that was the case, so.
Eddie on LSE, please gang. Appreciate your consistency.
What's up, G-Dog? Thanks, man. Yeah, look at IDS. Sure. Lord, the star shine by. I swear down. Swear down, mate. Okay, what do we got going on? Highest daily candle close since like September 13th on this one. Oh, certainly reacting at an 886. Okay, you get reactions, don't you? Inflection point too. If you didn't hold that, you were doomed. But you did. You held it. So you have a bullish bat pattern that has completed by just eyeballing it, right? First time I've been here. The 886. It was perfect. It's a good 194 right there, bro. That's wonderful. It's a good looking chart here. I mean, you know, there's like you got to maybe think about this high right here. It's a good you're reacting, right? You want to see the reversal. But certainly, this is a decent looking chart. But with you, I knew it would be, right? So let's just see what happens at 258. You have formally filled a gap from September 20th. And it's cool. If you break 258, you could very well be making your way up to like 360 because it's straight down, up, down. Could be up again. That's it. That's a full reset. Beautiful M shape completed, but you are in the reaction phase. So the most amazing thing would be something like this. Think about a spring back test, how perfect it would be, right? Disregarding June 2019's low as support with hidden bullish divergence or something like that. That would be crazy good. You don't have it yet, but, and you've missed kind of like the 886. There it is. You missed a huge swing from there. The bids came in on the bots, right? And the asset's up 45% in 35 days off the 886. So it's like you might be prudent to wait for a pullback, you know, for type 2. Hard to strategize a long right now and a stop loss right now after that 45% rally off the pattern completion zone. Really tough, but that's what would be idealistic, utopian. If you could get a 194 back test at some point in the future, would be legendary, right? With an edge on the oscillator, should be great. But so far so good. Nice harmonic for sure. And off the, that 19 or 16.2, buyers still defending it. They've been defending it the past 4 hours. No candle closes below it yet on the 60 minutes. But it's going to happen, man. It's like Asia's awake and it's a new week, a new candle. Get new price action. Yeah, cruelty, we talked about it on stream, so you must be late or you weren't here during it. But yes, following 3 methods on the daily and the bi-weekly, confirmed, yes. Okay, so thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. I appreciate y'all coming out. It means a lot. And just hit that like button, that bell, that sub if you haven't yet. Be sure to join the Discord if you haven't yet. The Discord link is pinned above. But, you know, I'll be happy to link it again. There you go. There's the Discord link. Join it. Conversation continues when the stream ends in there. So join us in the general chat. It's fun. So know where we are, man. Know what's going on. Very dangerous levels right here. So I'll be back. Until next time. Respect the TA.